We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brothers. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
Feeling like I can't miss. Baby, it's all in the wrist. You really wanna be the boss, it's expensive. Ain't the real champ if you never defend it. Put in that work, I'ma make them remember. I just broke down hella trees, yelling timber. Stand in the line, they put me in the center. It blow their mind when they see how I'm winning. Went back and doubled up, now you in trouble, my...
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Superdome here in New Orleans. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Okay, give some credit to the team covering the kick, but boy, what was he thinking? Stay in the end zone, take the knee, and help out your offense. Instead, you put your team in a really precarious position.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Here's defense for the Packers. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Jameis to throw it.
Open man is the tight end, Troutman.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
The Saints have 1 and 3 here in the early part of the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On play action, Winston. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
On 3rd down, Winston.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
And now we'll see punter Tyler Newsome.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And they'll begin by running the option. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw caught by Olave. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Room here to run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Play fake, Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Next to score, Saints 7. Will Lutz to take off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
1st down, Green Bay.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Rodgers again now. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. See some heads shaking on that defensive sideline because so much focus on taking away what he did last week as NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Big gain there for him to start.
I love your observation because you would think they'd be prepared for him after what he did the previous week. But sometimes that skill set actually intimidates a defense, and he used it to his great advantage.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. That one caught downfield by Watson. Touchdown, Packers! Christian Watson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level.
And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
These two teams all tied after one. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Play action now. Winston eluding the pressure right. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. Here's Tyler Newsome now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Throwing now is Rodgers. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. From the shotgun, it's Winston. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Tyler Newsome now. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. So So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
26.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, he's going to launch this deep for Watson. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him, and that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Now on 2nd and 13. Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here's Watson. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run the option left. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover, but I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got a man. Complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. Finds his receiver, Watson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. The kick by Bass is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. And a nice call and really good execution there, because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on it. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They sent him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. They'll complete this one to Watson. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Packers. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. Here's Bass now for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Packers 17, Saints 7. Tyler Bass set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. On 1st and 10, Winston. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So when's the best time to take the big shots downfield? When you think a defense least expects it. And I think the first play of the third quarter qualifies. They came right out firing. That's how you send a message to start the second half of a game.
Now a first down carry. It's Camaro. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. The 20. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So they get the interception and almost as importantly, a big return after that.
And who was the guy that saved the touchdown, partner? The guy who threw the interception. A lot of times, he just gives it the older way, but give him credit. He went old school. He was determined not to make this a pick six, and he got there in time to make the tackle.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Quick slant to Watson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Rodgers now to throw. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, you have to be aware defensively that you've got 2 goals because obviously you're trying to prevent the touchdown, but you're also trying to keep it from getting a first down as well. That time they weren't up to the task, and it's 1st and goal.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Christian Watson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Packers use the short field to get in for 6. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He finds Watson. It's gone. And they're going to move it down the inside the 25.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Rodgers now on first down. And complete once again to Watson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. To throw is Rodgers. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complementary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now. And Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them. This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Now Rodgers. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alontae Taylor. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. Down inside the 10. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on fire. His 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Packers 38, Saints 7. Tyler Bass set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel
that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today? Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson, 55 yards. And the Packers are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Bass on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Packers 45, Saints 7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. He'll get this to about the 38. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully.
And now here is another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. That's taken in by Watson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson.
Rodgers pass.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up second down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. We're up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like, that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Play action now. Winston. And my goodness, another interception. Rasul Douglas picks it. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. Three tight ends are out there. Rodgers throwing here. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Continuing to keep their foot on the gas, and it looks like they're just having fun out there. They're loose, they're free, and they're enjoying what the scoreboard looks like.
I'd have to say I agree with you totally. They're having a blast out there all game long. When they throw the football, they're picking up nice chunks of real estate, significant yardage on just about every throw that they make. And there's another one there, and they continue to have that fun that you just talked about.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense,